Alright folks, get ready. South Africa and Zimbabwe are gearing up for a massive clash in the Super 8s of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. This whole tournament, by the way, is being co-hosted by cricketing giants India and Sri Lanka, running from February 7th to March 8th. Now, this isn't just any game, people. This match has huge implications because both teams are fighting tooth and nail for a highly sought-after spot in the semifinals, and let's be real, that's where World Cup dreams truly get made or broken. But this isn't just any match. For Zimbabwe, especially, it's a monumental chance to finally break that historical pattern against a seriously tough opponent. See, South Africa has pretty much owned them in T20 Internationals. Their head-to-head record is heavily in their favor. 7 wins out of 8 matches, with 1 washout. Their last time facing off, back in July 2025, saw the Proteas cruise to a pretty convincing 7-wicket victory right there in Zimbabwe. And get this, South Africa is reportedly still unbeaten in this T20 World Cup so far. So, they're walking into this Super 8 game riding high on confidence and with some serious momentum. The Proteas' consistent performance just solidifies their spot as one of the clear favorites for this tournament. Meanwhile, Zimbabwe has a double whammy. They've got to overcome a historically strong opponent and handle the immense pressure of a high-stakes World Cup match. Remember, with this Super 8 format, only the top 2 teams from each group get to move on to the knockout stage. That means every single ball, every run, is going to be absolutely vital. So, this contest isn't just about grabbing a win, it's about making a huge statement on the world stage. And that's especially true for Zimbabwe, who are really looking to shake things up and carve their path deeper into this tournament. The whole cricket world is watching, waiting to see if Zimbabwe can pull off a historic upset, or if South Africa will just keep steamrolling their way into those semi-finals. South Africa's run in the 2026 T20 World Cup is looking super strong, all thanks to a great mix of explosive power and really consistent players. That makes them a seriously tough team to beat once they hit the Super 8s. Leading the charge in their batting lineup? None other than the dynamic left-handed wicketkeeper-batsman, Quinton de Kock. We all know him for those aggressive starts right at the top of the order. De Kock is still a seriously key player for the Proteas in T20s, bringing tons of experience and that match-winning magic. His ability to just tear through the power plays can really set the pace for the entire innings. And joining de Kock is Ryan Rickelton, another left-handed wicketkeeper-batsman who's been in absolutely incredible form. Rickelton, who'll be around 29 or 30 by 2026, was actually the top run scorer in the SA 2020-24 season. Plus, he was part of the South African team that won the 2025 ICC World Test Championship final. Talk about a resume. His consistent performances really give them stability and a big boost in scoring, especially in that middle order. And then, for even more batting firepower, there's the young sensation Dewald Brevis, who everyone calls Baby AB, because his fearless, attacking style reminds everyone so much of AB de Villiers. Brevis, who'll be 22 or 23 by then, made his T20I debut back in August 2023 and has already shown off his explosive potential in all sorts of franchise leagues, even having a run with the Chennai Super Kings in the IPL 2025. Now, on the bowling front, Anrich Nortje, who'll be 32 or 33 and is a right-arm fast bowler, is definitely leading South Africa's attack. Nortje played a huge part in the Proteas' run to the 2024 T20 World Cup final, and he's famous for his raw pace and how he can get that extra bounce, which makes him a consistent wicket-taker. And the young, exciting left-arm quick, Kwena Maphaka, who'll only be 19 or 20, already made his T20I debut in August 2024 and was even player of the tournament in the 2024 U19 World Cup. He just adds even more depth to South Africa's bowling. This powerful mix of experienced stars and these exciting young talents really puts South Africa right up there as a serious contender for the later stages of the tournament. Zimbabwe's got a massive challenge ahead, going up against South Africa's super strong team. And honestly, a lot of their hopes are really riding on their veteran all-rounder and T20I captain, Sikander Raza. Even at 39 or 40, Raza is still the heart of this Zimbabwean squad. He's a huge contributor, not just with his aggressive right-handed bat but also his clever right arm off spin. His leadership and how he performs under pressure are absolutely crucial for Zimbabwe's chances in this Super 8 clash. Raza's been in great form lately in all those franchise leagues, consistently showing off his incredible all-round game. That just proves he's a real match winner for his country. But here's the thing, cricket's a team sport. And for Zimbabwe to really give the unbeaten Proteas a run for their money, some other players are gonna have to step up. One of those emerging talents? Deon Myers, a 23 or 24-year-old right-handed top-order batter. You might remember Myers. He famously captained Zimbabwe at the 2020 U19 World Cup and first played T20s back in July 2021. He brings a ton of youthful energy and big potential to that batting lineup. His knack for scoring runs fast and holding the innings together will be absolutely key against a really tough South African bowling attack. Then there's another crucial all-rounder, Tony Munyanga, a 26 or 27-year-old right-handed batter who also bowls right arm off break. Munyanga, who actually debuted in T20s way back in September 2019, is super handy in the middle order and gives them a good, tight spin option. The big challenge for Zimbabwe? It's all about turning those individual flashes of brilliance into a proper team effort that can actually take apart South Africa's well-oiled machine. They've also got to overcome their pretty tough T20I history against South Africa. They've lost 7 out of 8 matches, with just one no result. So, beating them will need something truly special from the entire squad. How well they can stick to their game plans when the heat is on, and if they can nail those crucial moments, that's what will decide their fate in this massive World Cup game. Alright folks, get ready. This Super 8 game between South Africa and Zimbabwe at the 2026 T20 World Cup? We're talking about some serious individual battles and big strategic moves. One of the absolute highlights, no doubt, will be South Africa's super quick bowlers going head-to-head with Zimbabwe's top-order batsmen. You've got Anrich Nortje, with his sheer blistering pace, and then the young gun Kwena Maphaka, who can really make that ball climb. They'll both be looking to pounce on any early weaknesses in Zimbabwe's batting order. Now, how well Zimbabwean batsmen, guys like Deon Myers, can stand up to that pace onslaught and actually get a solid start. That's going to be absolutely vital for their team's chances. Flipping over to the other side, South Africa's explosive opening pair, like Quinton de Kock and Ryan Rickelton, they'll be up against Zimbabwe's really varied bowling attack. And for Zimbabwe, Sikander Raza's performance is going to be absolutely huge. Not just with the bat, but also with his right arm off spin, which could be a real handful for South Africa's mostly right-handed batting order. His knack for grabbing vital wickets in those middle overs and really choking the runs will be absolutely critical to keeping the Proteas' scoring rate in check. Plus, don't rule out the clever use of South Africa's part-time leg spinner, Dewald Brevis. He could be a real wildcard and surprise Zimbabwe's batsmen. This game isn't just about individual brilliance, it's a total tactical chess match between the captains and the coaching staff. With the Super 8s all about separating the contenders from the pretenders, every single strategic call, from tweaking the batting order to making a bowling change, will have massive implications. Grabbing a win at this stage is absolutely non-negotiable for both teams if they want to boost their position and really lock in a spot for the semi-finals. So, how well they adapt and execute under pressure. That's what's ultimately going to decide who comes out on top. Alright, so the Super 8 stage of the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup, which, by the way, India and Sri Lanka are co-hosting. That's essentially the last big challenge before we hit the semi-finals and the grand finale. After the first group stage wraps up, the top 2 teams from each of the 4 groups move on to the Super 8s. They're shuffled around into 2 new pools, each with 4 teams. Every team then plays 3 matches within their Super 8 group. And here's the kicker. No points from the first round carry over, which seriously cranks up the pressure on every single game. This setup means only the most consistent and toughest teams make it through, with the top 2 from each Super 8 group snagging a direct spot in those semi-finals. Now, let's talk about South Africa. They've apparently been on an unbeaten streak in this 2026 T20 World Cup, which definitely puts them right up there as major contenders. They'll be looking to keep that dominance going and essentially lock in their spot in the semi-finals. So, their performance in this Super 8 clash against Zimbabwe? It's absolutely crucial. They need it to solidify their position and really build up some serious momentum heading into those knockout stages. For Zimbabwe, though, this game is a massive moment in their tournament journey. Sure, they're up against a historically dominant opponent, but a win here wouldn't just be a huge upset. It would also give a massive shot in the arm to their semi-final chances. And honestly, for their cricketing history, that would be a landmark achievement, something truly worth celebrating. The result of this game is going to seriously impact the standings in their Super 8 group, directly affecting their whole World Cup path. Look, this tournament's structure really stresses the need for consistent, top-tier play. Teams absolutely have to be at their A game through every single stage. So, as the entire cricketing world tunes in, this Super 8 battle between South Africa and Zimbabwe really shows you the unpredictable, edge-of-your-seat excitement that T20 World Cup cricket is all about. With dreams of global glory truly hanging in the balance, it's going to be epic.